Hey folks, this is Kelani. We're going to be taking a look at the new Chromie scenario available on the 725 PTR. I've played around with it for a few hours and can say I've been having a blast. You can start the scenario in the Violet Hold in Dalaran, have a chat with Chromie and she'll take you through the basics of what's happening. It seems as though someone, somewhere, sometime wants Chromie dead and they've managed to succeed in the future. Using her powers over time, Chromie takes you to see the event so we can work together to try and figure out how to stop it. It turns out there's quite a few people working together on this, so we're going to have to deal with a whole bunch of enemies, but there's a catch. Chromie can only take us to the point in time 15 minutes before her death, so we've only got 15 minutes to work with. There's a lot to get done to complete the scenario, but the good news is that you can currently repeat it as often as you like. I'm not sure if there's going to be a time restriction when 725 goes live, similar to how you could only do the Withered training once every 3 days in Suramar, so we'll have to see about that. This scenario pretty much just throws you into the mix of things, so you have to talk to NPCs to get clues about what's going on and figure out a lot of it for yourself, which is pretty fun. I'm really excited to find all the little tips and tricks and the pathway to go through to eventually get the entire scenario done in the 15-minute time limit. There's 4 main objectives to complete, which means 4 mini-bosses, one at each of the Dragon Shrine locations. Each Dragon Shrine requires a different approach to uncover the monster in the shadows. At the Emerald Dragon Shrine, you'll need to collect items from the Emerald Lashes and Owls, put them together to create an Emerald Nightmare Catcher, and enter the nightmare to clear out the infestation which is haunting the Watchers. Each Watcher will give you a clue, so rescue all 3 and you'll have what you need to take out one of Chromie's murderers. Over at the Azure Dragon Shrine, you'll need to do something similar. Kill any monster at the Dragon Shrine to get pieces of a scroll. It'll take 50 pieces to complete the scroll, which leads you to your next enemy. The Ruby Dragon Shrine is under attack by the forces of Undead, which is being pushed forward by 3 leaders. Take out those leaders for a piece of Soul Shard each, combine all 3 pieces to find the next perpetrator to put down. The Obsidian Dragon Shrine is a little different. You need to work your way all the way to the end, where you'll find a mini-boss waiting for you. Defeat him and you'll get an item which will lead you to the Obsidian Dragon Shrine's mini-boss, all the way back outside. Each of the Dragon Shrine mini-bosses will give you a Chrono Shard, which can be given to Chromie atop Wormrest Temple. These Chrono Shards uncover yet more locations that attacks will originate. Each shard opens a portal to a different location. One goes to Anderhall, one goes to Mount Hyjal, one to the Culling of Stratholme, and the last one leads to the Well of Eternity. In each timeway, you'll need to help Chromie and defeat another boss. Each one seems quite different, which is pretty fun and keeps things interesting. Once again, you won't have a lot to go off, so you'll need to put the bits and pieces together to figure out how to save Chromie. Anderhall revolves around stopping a cannon. You'll need to save Chromie in Mount Hyjal. There's a whole bunch of errands to run in the Culling of Stratholme, and you need to run around the Well of Eternity's dungeon once again. Figure out how to complete every timeway and you'll be one step closer to saving Chromie. You just need to complete all of the Dragon Shrines and all of the timeways within 15 minutes, which is one hell of a feat. Luckily, there's a few bonuses which can help you along the way. The first of these is kind of a reputation with Chromie herself. You can gain reputation by killing monsters in the scenario, completing the objectives, and there's a chance you can get chunks of rep from an item called the Sands of Time. As you gain more rep, you unlock talents for Chromie which improve her ability to help you throughout your adventures together. You can also choose what sort of role she should perform, which should make the playing field a little more even when it comes to DPS versus healers versus tanks. I know there's a pretty big issue for the Withered training scenario, so I'm glad it's been addressed. As you progress through the reputation, it will get easier and easier to get further in the scenario. I mentioned the Sands of Time items. These are usually awarded from clearing out one of the Dragon Shrines or from doing the Timeway portals, but can drop from any monster you kill in the scenario. They can provide you with a variety of bonuses from straight up reputation, faster rep gains, time warped badges, a little gold, increasing your available time in the scenario, or they can even just clear out one of the Dragon Shrines entirely. I think getting as many of these as quickly as possible is going to be the key to success. I did notice a few time chests in the Timeway portals which always contained a few, so they're definitely not all that rare. You can also start with a quest right from the get-go to give you a head start on the Sands of Time. The quest changes, so you might end up working your strategy around which quest you get, which is pretty fun. Overall, the Chromie scenario is proving to be a blast so far, but if you're just concerned with rewards, you might not be all too thrilled. You get a good chunk of AP for completing the quests, and I know you can obtain a recolor of Old Wrath the Lich King armor sets, but that seems to be it for now. I honestly don't mind too much right now though, as I really am enjoying figuring it all out. So, that's the Chromie scenario coming in patch 7.2.5, and that's it for this video. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or hop on over to Discord. We have a server at discord.gg/Kelani, great place to come ask questions or just hang out. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.